Dr. Corey here, and we are going to talk about a really important topic that directly affects almost everybody in the United States today, and that's going to be toxins, okay? So, you know, as we talk through toxins, I'm going to tie it directly how it affects your health, and then how it works, like how the body is, you know, what's the biochemistry process to help get the toxins out of you. And then, you know, a solution as far as like what I think should be in everybody's cupboard as far as a detox shake or detox solution. Okay, so let's jump in. So as far as liver, you know, I always talk about liver. Liver is like, I always say, the soccer mom of the body. I mean, it's really doing a lot of things for us. It does over 200 different pathways, from vitamin D to detoxification to cholesterol to you know, even on the female hormones or sex hormone side of things. I mean, liver is really involved. So we have to always make sure we are supporting the liver, all right? And if you've seen my toxin talk in the past, you know, just as we talk through like where all the toxins are at, how they come from, all the different toxins we're around on a daily basis, you know, you have to give your liver some support. And where a lot of people go wrong, especially in the US, is we simply just don't do it on a day-to-day basis. And then all of a sudden we start to have weight gain, and all of a sudden we start to carry down low, and our female hormones are off, and we feel like absolute crud, and we're tired, and our immune system's crashing. And all these things are happening in our health, and we're wondering, well, what the heck, right? We go to the MD, they do some basic blood tests, and they say, you know what, I can't see anything wrong, you're normal. But yet people are like, I do not feel normal. Something is wrong with me, right? And they're right. I mean, something is wrong with them. And a lot of that thing that's wrong with them is they've become a toxic dump, meaning at the cellular level, they're full of toxins. And a lot of times, like when we coach through a lot of our weight management stuff, is, you know, depending on the body type, but a lot of them are just holding toxins. And fat's job, you guys, is to protect you. Like, that's what fat's doing. That's why it's frustrating, because you want it off, but it's saying, hey, I'm protecting you. I'm trying to save your life. And you create this disconnect, right? You create this argument. And nobody's ever going to win it until we just fix the cause of the problem, all right? So let's talk through that. How do we fix this? So in order to fix it, you have to understand it, or you have to understand how the liver works. So in order to get toxins from the body, okay, like I said, they're usually stored in fat as fat-soluble material, all right? So when you look at it, we're going to go through a couple of phases. 3 phases have to occur in the body in order to get it from where it's at to excrete it, get it out of you, all right? So let's talk through those phases so you understand them, okay? First thing that happens, it goes to what we call a phase 1. Phase 1 is very fast in the body, all right? So phase 1 is starting the process of going from fat soluble to water soluble, okay? So your body is starting to package it up. In this phase, we call it oxidative. That's the process, biochemistry, that's happening as far as starting to get that rolling, okay? So it's very fast, and it's going from that phase 1 to phase 2, all right? Now, here is the golden nugget. There's this thing in between, okay? It's called a reactive intermediate. So a reactive intermediate is when your body very quickly goes from that phase 1, okay, so it starts to get it from fat soluble to water soluble. It's a molecule in between that step that it's making that is basically a free radical, okay? And that is extremely dangerous to the body. It's almost more dangerous in this state than it is when it was in the fat cell, okay? See why fat wants to hang on to it? So it's extremely, it can really wreak havoc on the body. It attacks cells, it hooks to cells, and it's extremely dangerous. So we got to obviously support through that, and we got to arm the body with what it needs to get to that phase 2, all right? So phase 2 is a little bit slower than a phase 1, but in phase 2, it really is starting to package it up and get it turned into water soluble. And then from there, phase 3 is then what basically gets it to the kidneys and into the bile, where it's you know, excreted via urine and feces, because that bile is dumping in the small intestine, which then you're going to excrete. Okay, so I'm going to go back to phase 1 to kind of talk through how that works. All right, so when you look at it, like I said, it's very fast, and it's a process called oxidative. Or oxidation. Okay, so what's needed? In order for this process to happen, your body needs polyphenols, flavonoids, antioxidants, amino acids, all right? So it's things like, I'm gonna talk about the solution. The detox shake has done a great job. It's packaged it all up for us, all right? That's why it's in my literally my cupboard, all right, at my house. But it's going to bring in milk thistle, grapeseed, selenium, copper, zinc, B vitamins, magnesium. All those minerals are needed to accomplish phase 1. And then we go into phase 2, you're looking at the same thing, flavonoids, or some of us have heard of glutathione, okay? So that is a really good, potent immune support and detoxification mineral. Glutathione, it's great. B vitamins, inositol, all those are needed in order to go into that phase 3. Well, what happens in America is our nutrition is not great, right? And even when it's kind of good, a lot of our foods don't even have the minerals needed like they used to in the 50s, okay? So when you look at things, we just simply don't get this in on a day-to-day. So that liver becomes very inefficient. It starts to just hold toxins, and it says dump it into, a tissue, dump it into fat, and the body just holds and holds. And as you become the toxic dump, guess what happens to your immune system? Guess what happens to your metabolism? Guess what happens to your energy? Guess what happens to your mood? All of that starts to decrease because we are a toxic waste. So we have to allow this to happen. That's why I'm so advocate of like everybody in America should have this shake sitting in their living or in their cupboard to just help support. All right. Now, obviously, we preach foundational nutrition first, but as your lifestyle, you're going to learn how to bring some of these solutions in to kind of help negate some of those lifestyle choices. All right. So that has to happen. Now let's talk phase 3. Okay, so now, like I said, it's into a phase 3. It's water soluble. Your kidneys and your bile, okay, your liver is kicking out via the bile duct into the small intestine where it's excreted. 3 things have to happen here. All right. Number 1, we have to make sure we are alkaline. All right. You have to make sure you're alkaline. And that's where the detox shake has done a good job with bringing alkalinity into it. All right. So very important there. Number 2, we need to make sure we have water, okay? We're hydrated. That's why we always preach when we're coaching nutrition or coaching weight management or metabolic program is we're drinking water. We're drinking water. Why? Because I got to get the toxins out. All right, we've got them packaged up beautifully. Now we've got to keep excreting. So yes, I get that you feel like you're going to the bathroom all the time, but you know what? Embrace it, right? Know that you're just dumping toxins. Get the toxins out. The cleaner you are, you're dumping your liver. That's good. That's a good thing. Embrace that, right? And then the third thing was we have to poop. All right, so if you guys aren't pooping, we got a problem because it's getting toxins in it, and if we're stoving up, we're not pooping. So, whether it's an intestinal cleanse or whether it's, we're bringing in a good form of mag citrate, whatever it's going to take, we got to get bowels moving. We got to get hydration into those bowels and get constant movement because you got to get out of your body. So, that is the phase, and that is the mechanism of detoxification. All right, now, we have some modulators in the detox, in that phase 1, phase 2 detox shake, and those modulators are designed to slow down phase 1 a little bit and speed up phase 2, okay? And the reason that's important is it keeps you from feeling crappy because remember what happens normally. You have a fast phase 1 and a slow phase 2, so you got a lot of stuff happening and then it slows up a little bit and we get kind of caught up in between this reactive intermediate. So we want to make sure those modulators are there, those herbs are there to kind of help with that. Also in that shake, they've done a beautiful job. They actually put some digestive stuff in there to help make sure we're excreting, okay? Whether it's in the sweat and urine or more so on the feces side of things. So beautiful product, should be in everybody's cabinets at home for even the live stuff. You have those times when you go out for drinks or maybe you have some red light foods or whatever that is, that's fine. Or or you're around chemicals, but you have to get them out. Okay, you can't just do that stuff and then not negate it. At least negate it. All right. So me, if I have anything on the weekends, I bring my shake back in. It's going to allow biochemistry to happen. So no harm, no foul. Right. And then also you got to keep in mind too, you can use it as a meal replacement where you actually will save money, right? Because you look at it, it's like $3-4 a serving. But where are you going to get a $3-4 meal? Nowhere, right? So you can actually use it at MRP on occasion as lifestyle to kind of really help get things taken care of, all right? So super important. Hopefully you're starting to understand the importance of this. If you guys are struggling with things on your female hormone side or if you feel like your journey's slow, give yourself 30 to 60, 90 days of focus on detox, focus on toxins, and start to feel and experience that energy coming back, removing of toxins, cleaning out a little bit, getting the liver happy so that it can start to do its job and be efficient. All right, so that's toxins and the detox shake, or even pills. If you guys aren't shake people, they have a phase 1, phase 2 detox pills. Take those, right before bed, kind of in the evening as that liver turns on. So take action and be great.